All right, this is a very very bold message, and honestly just very straightforward. I'm being told that this is about to be the hottest, richest, most abundant, most blessed summer of your life. And this is specifically summertime that is coming through. So something about you getting in shape, something about your finances getting in shape, something about, there is going to be a change in career that's coming through right now. Not anything crazy significant. So it's almost like the energy of something that maybe you're already doing or considering doing or have been thinking about working on. But there's just a slight change in direction when it comes to your career path. And this is it's like that slight change is going to make the world of a difference. Like it's actually going to be crazy how far, like I'm being shown a very wide reach. Whatever this change is, this change of direction, you're going to reach a much bigger audience, like something about what you speak on or something about the information you share. It's going to reach a different kind of audience, and that audience is just going to click, and they're going to be so interested in whatever it is you have to offer. So that's very specific here. As far as your physical look goes, there's something about blockages, energy blockages being removed surrounding toxic habits or bad habits. It's like there's going to be it's like the wheels are so in motion, like you're so focused towards those goals. You're so focused on what it is you know you are meant to be, like what you're meant to look like is actually what's coming through. And everything else just falls away. Like even people who are reaching out to you to do like certain activities or partake in certain activities, you're going to hear like less from these people. And I'm hearing that you're actually being protected. Like your guides, your angels at this time are kind of forming this barrier around you. And it's to keep you so focused and in your own energy. Something about you being in your own energy is so significant here because it's going to be so necessary for this next part of your journey. There's work to do is what I'm being told. So like something about keeping your head down, like you're meant to really focus on this one task at hand. There is a love connection that I see kind of in the background a little bit. And this person is really drawn to you. Like I really feel this person's energy desiring you, not pulling at you, not taking from you, but it's like they're desiring of you, like almost missing you, or like somebody who really enjoys being in your energy. And when they're not in your energy, like they really just want to be in your energy. And this is somebody who, it's really sweet. The Winnie the Pooh is coming to mind for some reason, Pooh Bear. So maybe you have nicknames for one another, but this is somebody who really just like wants to be with you, and they're so sweet. Something about this person's energy is just ridiculously sweet. And I don't know what, like this person is just like so cuddly, and I just keep getting the energy that like they just like want to be with you, and that's it. Like they don't need anything else from you. So this person's love is very genuine towards you and also very supportive of you in everything that you're about to do. I do get the message that family is going to be kind of sinking into the back. So basically other people as priorities is going to kind of take a step back. You are meant to take a step forward onto the center stage as your priority, like your main priority. And it's like when you start prioritizing yourself in your life and everything that you do, the world around you is going to start prioritizing you. You're going to notice people. It's almost like I'm being shown the image of somebody letting you cut in front of them in line. So it's like people letting you kind of take like receiving bonuses or like taking like special treatment. Like you're going to get special treatment, something about like somebody stepping to the side so that you can step forward, and people just kind of like looking at your energy and for some reason feeling the need to just kind of like back away and let you have your space. So having your own space is going to be very significant for you here moving forward. Like I said, you're going to be very supported by the world around you. So you're going to know this message is for you because you're going to start to notice these things happening in your life. You're meant to go somewhere specific where there's certain people who you're going to want to meet. And you're not going to want to meet these people to jump into a business relationship or anything like that, or even a relationship or a friendship. You're just going to want to be around these people for the benefits of their energy. Something about their energy is very significant for you. Like it has some type of activation for you. And it's just going to kind of be like a casual gathering is what I'm being told. It's nothing too crazy, just a casual gathering. You are going to be noticed at a specific event. This could be a festival. This could be a party. This is like some sort of celebration. A lot of people are going to be there. You are going to be recognized in some way that is very significant. Like it's going to stand out to you, and it's going to happen so that others can see something about like I said, that special treatment. Like maybe you're going to be recognized by somebody very significant in whatever community that you currently exist in. Whatever it is though, it's just going to be that, again, confirmation that you are on the right path, that you are who you say you are. Something about who you are is going to be validated. And it's going to be validated in front of the right people's eyes. Like people are going to start looking at you differently is what I'm being told. So prepare for different energy to come your way. I feel like you've had a lot of competitive energy, a lot of jealous energy, a lot of people who are kind of looking at you to see if you're going to fail versus what you're about to step into, which is the energy of people looking at you like, wow, this person really is something. And that's it. Like, it's just like, that's all that they give you. That's the energy you're being sent is, wow, this person really is something. This person really is something special, specifically is what's coming through. And you are. I really trust that whoever's seeing this message, like this is for you because you are something special. And I feel like it's about time you have that recognition. And I think that Mother Universe has been waiting for you to kind of wake up to that truth on your own so that the world around you can just continue over and over to confirm, yes, this is who you are. Yes, this is who you are. But you needed to have that belief first. So I think it's about time. I think it's about time that you really receive the benefit of being as special as you are. So I love you. Sending so much peace your way. As always, if you do feel called to dive in further, I offer a variety of energy readings, including personal love texting sessions. I have email recordings or emails, video recordings. I have my full moon ceremonies each month. So you can click the link in my bio to visit my website. I am honored to be connecting with you right now. That is how incredible you are. That is how special you are. You are a healer. You offer safety. You offer such warmth to everybody who knows you. You speak your soul's truth. You live in your soul's truth. My eyes are watering right now, like stinging. You've been hurt so many times. You've been through so much that people will never understand. And you will never let people see the darkness, the shadows that follow you, the shadows that just lurk, just waiting for you to fall down. And these shadows have no power over you, no control, because you are on this healing journey. You are doing the work, and you will never let somebody else carry those shadows for you. You are a pink lotus to anybody who knows you. You are tranquility. You are peace. My eyes are watering so bad, but I'm not going to stop because you are a creator and you are creating such a beautiful world for everybody who knows you. You are not lost. You are not stuck. You are not incapable of achieving everything it is that you are setting out to do in this lifetime. You have dreams. You have these goals, and you're going to achieve them in this lifetime. It's like your path is being paved for you. It's full of gold. It's literally made of gold. It's surrounded by flowers. You're walking through a garden, and people cross your paths and you help them. You made a commitment to yourself. You are choosing to work through these shadows and release these shadows because you are such a pure soul. And that is that's all you know. That's all you know to do in this lifetime is to change people's view of this world, of themselves. You are here to change people's view. You are here to show people, look, You can go through darkness. You don't have to be cold. You are a walking miracle. You're saying, I am proof of this. I am proof that you do not have to fall down and stay down, that you can change, that you can become new. You are walking proof of this. Your life is a miracle. You are a miracle. And it's such an incredible world that we are creating together. You're letting go. You're starting fresh. You're welcoming in this new beginning. It's welcoming you is what I'm hearing. Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this be just another video you watched. If something inside you stirred while listening, that wasn't an accident. Perhaps this was the very reminder your heart had been praying for. Right now, place your hand over your heart and boldly declare, I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is writing a beautiful story with my life, and what He has promised me will come to pass in His perfect time. Say those words again, then say them one more time. Let them sink beneath your fears, beyond your doubts, and into the deepest part of your soul. Every promise God has spoken over your life is still alive, still alive. Heaven has not changed its mind about you. When the days ahead feel uncertain, come back to these words. Hold on to them when you feel weak. Remember them when loneliness whispers lies. You are seen, you are known, you are loved more than you can imagine, and your breakthrough is closer than you think. If this message reached your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone who desperately needs hope today. Somewhere, someone is carrying silent pain, wondering if anyone sees them, wondering if God has forgotten them. Your share could become the answer to a prayer they've been crying for in secret. And if God places it on your heart to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages with people around the world, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or any amount the Lord leads you to give, every gift becomes part of reaching another soul with hope, encouragement, and God's unfailing love. May the Lord bless your generosity beyond anything you could imagine. May He restore what you've lost, open doors no one can shut, bring peace where there has been anxiety, and fulfill every promise He has spoken over your life in His perfect timing. Thank you for standing with us. Together, we're reaching broken hearts, strengthening weary souls, and reminding the world that God's love never fails and no one is ever forgotten by heaven. There are seasons in life that arrive with noise. They announce themselves with celebrations, achievements, and moments everyone can see. But then there are quieter seasons. The ones that begin long before anyone notices. They begin on ordinary mornings when you wake up feeling different without knowing why. The world outside your window looks exactly the same, yet something inside you refuses to stay where
it has always been. It feels like your heart is gently pulling you toward a life you cannot fully see yet. That is where this story begins. Not at the finish line, not at the moment everything changes, but in the quiet place where change first whispers your name. For a long time, life may have felt like you were pushing against invisible walls. You worked hard, you hoped, you tried to become better. Sometimes it felt as though every step forward required twice the effort, while others seemed to move effortlessly. You never complained much, you simply kept going. There is something beautiful about people who continue planting seeds even when the ground looks empty. Those are the people who understand that growth often happens where no one is watching. Little by little, something starts shifting. It isn't dramatic. You don't wake up as a completely different person. Instead, you notice small things. You choose healthier habits without forcing yourself. You begin saying no to distractions that once stole your energy. The goals that used to feel impossible suddenly seem worth pursuing again. You stop asking yourself whether you can do it. Instead, you quietly begin asking, what's the next step? That single question changes everything, because life rarely transforms through giant leaps. It transforms through small decisions repeated with love. The path ahead slowly becomes clearer, not because all the answers appear, because your vision becomes stronger. There comes a moment when you realize you no longer want to build a life that simply looks successful. You want a life that feels peaceful. That realization is worth more than any achievement. Somewhere along this journey, your work begins changing too. Not because you abandon everything you've built, because you finally understand where your heart truly belongs. Sometimes the biggest growth doesn't require creating something new. It simply asks you to adjust your direction by a few degrees. From the outside, almost nothing seems different. From the inside, everything changes. The people who were never meant to understand your voice quietly drift away. And then, almost unexpectedly, new people begin listening. They don't just hear your words, they feel them. Your experiences become someone else's encouragement. Your honesty becomes someone else's courage. Your story becomes proof that healing is possible. And suddenly you understand something that once seemed impossible to believe. The people meant to find you were never looking for perfection. They were looking for authenticity. That realization settles gently into your heart. You stop trying to impress everyone. You start speaking honestly. Ironically, that is when people begin paying attention. Maybe you've spent years believing you had to become someone else before your life could truly begin. But What if the greatest version of yourself has been patiently waiting beneath every fear you've carried? You need to hear this. The parts of yourself you've been trying to hide may actually be the parts that make you unforgettable. That thought feels uncomfortable, but it also feels freeing. As the weeks pass, another transformation quietly unfolds. Old habits lose their grip, not because someone forced you to change, because your future finally became more exciting than your past. Temptations that once felt impossible to resist begin losing their power. Distractions no longer seem as attractive. Your energy starts protecting itself. You become careful about where you spend your time, who you listen to, what you allow into your mind. People may wonder why you've become quieter. What they don't realize is that peace often speaks in whispers. Growth requires space. Some days, being alone no longer feels lonely. It feels necessary. For the first time in a long time, your own company becomes enough. Unexpectedly, your heart feels lighter. Your thoughts become clearer. The dreams you almost buried begin returning one by one. And then something beautiful happens. Love no longer feels like something you need to chase. Instead, it becomes something that naturally walks beside the person you are becoming. The right kind of love doesn't interrupt your purpose. It protects it. It doesn't compete with your dreams. It celebrates them. Meeting someone whose greatest joy comes from seeing you smile. Someone who doesn't ask you to become smaller so they can feel bigger. Someone who admires your strength without fearing it. Someone who simply enjoys being near you because your presence feels like home. Love like that can create confusion. It creates peace. That is how healthy love feels. Gentle, steady, safe. Not loud enough to steal your attention from your purpose, but strong enough to remind you that you never have to carry everything alone. Then, life presents another lesson. One that almost everyone learns eventually. The moment you begin choosing yourself, the world begins responding differently. You stop apologizing for taking up space. You stop shrinking your dreams so other people feel comfortable. You stop believing that self-care is selfish. Instead, you discover something remarkable. Respect follows self-respect. Confidence invites opportunity. The energy you give yourself quietly teaches others how to treat you. At first, the changes are almost invisible. A stranger smiles. Someone remembers your name. A door opens. An opportunity appears where none existed before. Small moments, but together they tell a much bigger story. You are no longer forcing life. Life is beginning to meet you halfway. Then comes an unexpected turn. The recognition you've secretly hoped for doesn't feel nearly as important as the person you've become while waiting for it. You smile at that realization. Because once upon a time, validation was everything. Now, peace means more. Still, recognition arrives, not because you demanded attention, because your consistency became impossible to ignore. People who once overlooked you begin seeing you differently. Some admire your work, others respect your discipline. A few simply wonder how you became so calm. The truth is, calmness wasn't given to you. You earned it. Every difficult season taught you another piece of yourself. Every disappointment removed another illusion. Every setback quietly prepared you for this moment. Then another unexpected shift arrives. The people who once doubted your future become the audience applauding your growth. Life has a beautiful sense of timing, not to prove them wrong, to prove how much you've changed. There is one lesson hidden beneath all of this. It may be the most important lesson of all. Healing isn't becoming someone different. Healing is finally giving yourself permission to become who you were before fear convinced you otherwise. Think about that. How many dreams have fear borrowed from you? How many opportunities have self-doubt quietly stolen? How many beautiful moments were postponed because you believed you weren't ready? And yet, here you are. Still standing, still hoping, still willing to believe that tomorrow can look different than yesterday. That alone is courage. You may not always see it, but it is. If you're listening to these words today, I want you to remember something. You are allowed to, outgrow the version of yourself that survived. Now it's time to become the version of yourself that truly lives. That sentence may stay with you longer than you expect. As your journey continues, something remarkable becomes clear. The kindness you've given others was never wasted. The compassion you've shown was never weakness. The times you chose forgiveness instead of bitterness shaped the person you are becoming. People feel safe around you, not because you have all the answers, but because you've learned how to carry pain without allowing it to become your identity. There is incredible strength in that. The world needs more people who have suffered without losing their ability to love. Perhaps that has been your greatest gift all along. You become living proof that difficult chapters don't have to write the ending of your story. Instead, they become the reason your story inspires someone else. One day, someone will look at your life and quietly think, if they found the strength to keep going, maybe I can too. You may never hear those words spoken aloud, but they will matter. Your life becomes permission for someone else to believe again. That is a legacy worth building. The future ahead isn't perfect. No life ever is. There will still be challenges. Moments of uncertainty. Days when old fears knock on your door, but now you know something you didn't know before. You have already survived everything that once convinced you that you couldn't. That truth changes how you walk into tomorrow. You no longer move through life hoping to be rescued. You move through life knowing you are capable. And capability creates confidence that no circumstance can permanently steal. As the sun sets on this chapter and rises on another, you begin understanding something your younger self desperately needed to hear. Success was never just about reaching your destination. It was about becoming someone who could carry it with humility. Love was never just about being chosen. It was about learning to choose yourself first. Purpose was never hidden from you. It was quietly growing inside every difficulty season you thought was holding you back. Looking back now, you almost smile. The delays weren't punishments. The waiting wasn't meaningless. The slow seasons were preparing roots deep enough to support everything that was coming next. And maybe that's the miracle. Not that life suddenly became easy, but that you became strong enough to walk through it with hope still alive. Keep walking, keep believing, keep becoming, because the most beautiful chapter of your story isn't waiting somewhere far ahead. It begins the moment you realize that everything you've overcome has been shaping a person capable of creating light wherever they go. And perhaps that has been your purpose from the very beginning. Not simply to build a successful life, but to become someone whose courage quietly reminds others that no matter how dark yesterday was, a new beginning is always possible.